Right, so 46% of our general operating fund comes from the Friends of Scouting program and donations from great people like you. And then you will notice that 30% of our budget comes from camping and activities. So for instance, the last time you signed up for that Pale and Me or that Dad and Lad or whatever program you signed up for, that's where 30% of those program funds come from in our general operating budget. 14% come from product sales, which is when you buy that really cool t-shirt or that jacket that says Thunderbird, that's where that 14% comes from. And then we've got some other stuff like United Way investments and whatnot. But you'll see those are tiny little pieces of the pie. And what's the big piece of the pie is the 46% that comes from Friends of Scouting. So when folks don't give to the Friends of Scouting program, if you look down at the next pie, you'll notice that it funds 89% of our programs, funds 6%, and then 5% of our administration. So you know that link that you go online and you register for something? Someone has to build that in our staff, right? So that's kind of where that administrative fee comes from. And then we talk about the best way that we have figured in the council is that there are, on average, 9,000 boys. And in those 9,000 boys, take that average, it's about $190 per boy to run the scouting program through the Pacific Harbors Council and to meet our operating budget at the 89% for our program budget, and then the rest administrative and fundraising, and the 46% that we get from Friends of Scouting presentations and Friends of Scouting donations. So we have, if you'll take out your pledge card, I'm going to kind of talk you through that and walk you through that real quick. So we are Glacier View District. If you didn't know that, that's who we are. And you're going to mark that right in the first block on the left. So you just mark Glacier View. And then whatever stake you're with, and that should, yeah, so I was like, I think it should say ward, but whatever stake you're with. So we're here at the Graham stake, right? And this is wherever you are, right? And then this is the whatever ward that you are. So make sure that they fill out that part about what stake and what ward they're in, because what happens is, I can't remember his name, there's a assistant scoutmaster who works for Boeing that the entire year last year, all of his donations went to Mount Tahoma, Friends of Scouting, because on his pledge card, it didn't have the correct ward. We figured it out. We got all credit for his money, so it was all good in the end. But Glacier View really wants, so you want to make sure that we as Glacier View get credit for that.
And why do we want that? Glacier View? Why?
Because we have Friends of Scouting goals that we want to meet.
And because the money stays in Glacier View.
Right. Right. Well, and then it goes to the overall operating budget and then funnels into Glacier View, yes. And then, so we ask questions that are important, like payment method. How do you want to pay? Do you want us to bill you? Because you didn't bring $190 today, right? Did you? So we can send you a bill. We can send you a bill monthly, quarterly. You can pay today. You can write a check. You can put it on your credit card. And the really cool thing that we did last year, we kicked off, if you'll flip the card over, is the Summit Club donation. So you know how some folks have Amazon, Netflix, whatever. You put it on your credit card, you forget about it, it just bills every month until you change your mind and your credit card cancels. Well, that's what we have done at Pacific Harbors Council just for you. So you fill out how much you want to give a month, and until you change your mind or your credit card expires, it'll just continue, and you don't even have to think about it again, and then it's done. So flip your card back over. Make sure you fill out your complete mailing address, all of that information, and then the amount that you want to give. So we talked about that $190 per boy, and I thought I had it with me and I don't. Do you have any of the new pins? Yeah, I don't. No. So this year we have begun a program for the LDS Church. No, pin, like pin.
Oh,
yeah,
like a
the Maroni pin. Yes.
Oh.
So typically when you donate $190 to the Pacific Harbors Council, you get this really cool Friends of Scouting patch that says something like last year it said trustworthy, and then it was labeled in a different color, and it was a specific Friends of Scouting patch that you get if you gave at the $190 level. Well, we recognize that within the LDS Church, lots of folks don't ever put on a uniform, right? And they want to still support a scout, because that's why we're going into the 5th Sunday program, because especially within the church, they recognize how important the program is. So the folks that have their kids that are grown up and out, why do they want a shoulder patch, right? They don't. So this year, we have developed the Moroni pin, which at the level of $100, you can get this cool pin that you can wear on your lapel, and it's very awesome and very wonderful. And I should have brought it, because you could look at it right now. See? And you will get that today when you fill out your pledge card and turn your pledge card in. That's the other thing. I would strongly encourage you to fill out your pledge card right now. We're actually going to take, because Bishop whoever said I have 10 minutes and I talked for 5, so we're actually going to take 3 minutes for you to fill out your pledge card right now. Ready? Go. And then you stop talking, which is really hard for me. But you stop talking and you have them fill out their pledge card.
Send me that, please.
And then
One of the other things that I'm pushing this year is, if you could, get it in the ward bulletin beforehand, that this is what we are going to be doing on the 5th Sunday.
so they can plan.
So that they can plan for it. So that they're prepared for it.
So the cool thing that happened last year at one of them, Grammar Sunrise, and I can't remember which one. So Bishop Nielsen said, Sunrise. Bishop Nielsen said, "Oh yeah, let's do that right now." We stopped, like I stopped talking. He stopped. He filled it out and he handed it to me right there in front of everybody. So everybody saw him physically hand me their pledge card. They have no idea what he pledged, and it doesn't matter. But he handed me the pledge card, and then they were like, "Oh, I guess I should fill mine out now," right? Yeah. And then what we talk about also, some folks can afford to give $19. Some folks can afford to give $190. Some folks can afford to give $1,900. We don't really want you to give until it hurts. We really want you to give until it feels good. So please fill out the pledge card in a manner in which you feel led to do. And I will happily stay to take those pledge cards from you. And then I close. And I ask, does anybody have any questions? You don't have to ask that. I ask, because sometimes they do, and they're not even related to FOS, but they're related to, like, my boy just got his Life Scout. What does he do next? And then I can say, oh, we'll talk after, or whatever, right? So I just open it up and ask. Okay, so that was my quick spiel. You should probably